let's go right.
KTM Adventure. KTM organizes demo rides to get people familiar with the adventure range. My name is Faker from the Motorist channel, and today is my chance to ride this bike. As you can see, it's typical Dutch weather, but any riding day beats an office day. I've always liked the distinct KTM orange and the ready-to-race philosophy. The bike doesn't look as robust or tank-like as the GS from BMW, but it's also not as delicate as the Multistrada. I don't really like the design of the cockpit, which is not tied in to the rest of the bodywork, like on the 1290, but that's personal preference. But this weather it's hard to judge the handling of the bike. But even in this weather the bike feels confident and stable, and I feel at ease on the bike. The engine does feel a bit short on the low end. I cannot drop the RPMs as low as I can do on my 1100 GS, but there's plenty of power in the mid and high end range. The throttle response is a bit twitchy, but that can be due to the riding mode, I didn't check that, or because I rode the bike too much on the low side of the RPMs. The two highlights for me on the bike are the quick shifter and the brakes. The quick shifter works really well and it's a lot of fun, even in this crappy weather. The brakes are great, they have a nice bite and a great feel, they're absolutely amazing. Another nice thing on the bike is the clutch, which is hydraulically operated, which is way smoother and easier to pull than the cable operated clutch on my own bike. Both at standing still and riding the bike feels really comfortable. Even though I'm pretty tall, I don't feel that the bike's too small for me. The handlebars are a bit far down for my liking, but on my own bike I've raised them 5 centimeters. The seat feels comfortable, it's not too wide and I can easily flat foot the bike. Levers and buttons are in an easy to reach place, and from what I've seen, the rider interface and changing the settings and the ride modes easy and it seems pretty logic. I didn't mess around too much with that, but okay. The bike comes with ABS, which is mandatory in Europe, but the ABS is an advanced system taking into account cornering, and it also has a dedicated off-road mode, which can be turned off completely as well. It also has MTC, which is the KTM version of traction control, and this can also be switched off for off-roading. With the current riding conditions and riding in a group, I don't really feel comfortable testing them out, and I also didn't need them. I didn't see anything flashing that I needed ABS or whatever. Riding modes are also included, which I believe are the road, rain and off-road. The rally version has a rally mode, which even allows you to modify more stuff. The quick shifter is also part of the package. I really touched upon that already. Really fun. I did not mess around with all the electronics and the different ride modes. We are riding in a group, the weather is not that great and the time span is pretty short, so just take it as info. How does the bike handle in city riding? It handles well, the wide handlebar makes it easy to turn at low speeds. Long travel suspension eats the speed bumps and cobblestones, and I guess the occasional sidewalk. The bike is well balanced, easy to ride in the city, weight makes it easy to maneuver by hand as well. City riding to me is more of a necessary evil. I will not really fault a bike for doing very bad or extremely well on this. But yeah, for the 890 it's fine for city riding. Back roads are the most fun for me to ride. City and highway are just, as I mentioned, necessary evil to get somewhere. Weather isn't the greatest to say the least, so it's hard to say how the bike handles in the dry and if you really push it or really ride it spirited. But even in this weather the bike's responsive, has plenty of power, the gearbox is smooth, the quick shifter is a lot of fun even in the rain. However, the throttle is a bit dodgy. I didn't check what mode I put the bike in or how it was left by the previous rider, whether that would be rain or sport. sport, I can imagine it's a lot more twitchy. Suspension feels really good. One of the fun things on all roads is always hitting speed bumps, and the 890 handles that like a champ. On the highway the bike feels really stable even in the current conditions with a lot of wind and rain. The bike responds well to the mid and high end range for the throttle. There's more than enough power left for overtakes on the highway. Wind protection is pretty good as well. There's no buffeting or turbulence on the helmet, and I do feel comfortable on the bike. I'm not sure if the screen is adjustable or not, but even if it's not, stock settings pretty good. I also consider this bike as a good commuter. The theoretical range is about 440 kilometers, so 400 might be more realistic, but you don't need to refuel every day. Service intervals are also spaced pretty decent at 15,000 kilometers, with a major service every 30,000 kilometers. So you probably change the tires a bit more frequent and then you need to service the bike, but okay. There's plenty of options for luggage on the bike, but I didn't manage to find what the allowable weight is on the bike. I also have no clue how comfortable it is for two-up riding, but in terms of power and features, the bike should handle it pretty well. What did I think of the bike? The KTM 890 Adventure is a nice bike. Highlights for me are the brakes and the quick shifter. The bike handles well, has good wind protection, does well on all types of roads, and you could use it both for traveling and commuting. On the other hand, the throttle was too twitchy for my liking, and I missed the low end torque that I'm used to. And the question is this a bike that I would be riding? Probably not. I do like the general feel of the bike, and I'm sure I would have a lot of fun. However, I missed the low end torque quite a bit and the throttle was too twitchy. I also questioned myself, would I have more fun on this bike than on the bike that I currently have? Probably not as well. I just wish I could transplant those brakes. Anyway, that's it for today's video. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below. Put a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you the next time. Bye!